So it's the beginning of Q2, so the next 3 months. And so I asked Will, Tristan, and Niels for some input on what our priorities for the next 3 months should be. And here's what we came up with. So first of all, Tristan made this really nice analogy of how they align with our mission. So I'll start with that one. So here's our mission: create core sensory motor algorithms guided by neuroscience, create an open source platform for creating sensory motor products, and increase awareness of sensory motor technologies for AI and robotics. And so our Q2 priorities line up pretty nicely with those. So the first one is creating the algorithms, which here our priority for the next 3 months is to pave the way for Monty to model compositional objects. And I'll talk in a moment a bit more concretely about what kind of things we want to do for that. Second, we want to make Monty easy to use in a variety of applications. Currently with a focus on the TBP team, because we are the biggest user of Monty at the moment, and we don't have a platform yet, and we're the best judges right now of how easy it is to use. But this is just for the next 3 months, the focus. And then on increasing awareness, we want to increase engagement, but particularly academic engagement with the project. And then we have a fourth one that doesn't map on this, but I think is still very important. It kind of maps maybe on the first one as well, which is figure out how to model object behaviors, both in the brain and Monty. So that's kind of the core research, like understanding the theory part of it. So does that make sense for everyone? Those priorities? Okay. So the idea is we have these clear, concise priorities, and then whatever we work on in the next 3 months should kind of contribute to one of these four things. And so concretely, what we're thinking for them here is, so now this is kind of the results we want to see at the end of the 3 months. So for number one, paving the way to model compositional objects, we want to have the accuracy on the unsupervised inference benchmark that Rami set up to dramatically improve, probably using the hypothesis resampling that Rami's planning on. The speed of inference for the distant agent to dramatically improve via better policies, even in the absence of the hypothesis testing policy. So that's kind of a saccade policy that we've been talking about. And then have a test bed set up for compositional objects. So logos on cups is what we're currently thinking. And have that test bed available and performance of baseline Monty of 2 hierarchically stacked learning modules quantified on there. This is just a test bed, so not like expecting it to solve it perfectly yet. And then lastly, the motor system should support swapping out policies, which will be important for the policy work here. For making Monty easy to use in a variety of applications, we want the motor system to be disentangled from other classes. That's a bit of what we talked about in the previous coding meeting. Monty not being constrained by Python 3.8, and publishing tutorials on Monty in novel applications and robotics, plus several example projects. That will be the outcome of the hackathon. And then for increasing academic engagement, the plan is to contact at least 20 universities, created 5 pieces of content targeting university, PhD, master students. We ensured all available, all of us have booked to go to a conference in 2025 to have some actual face-to-face engagement with people. Adding 500 academic contacts on Twitter, Blue Sky. Releasing 36 hours of video on YouTube, and publishing 2 articles in peer-reviewed journals. That's the DMC paper and the heterarchy paper. And then on the object behaviors theory side of things, we would like to have a concrete proposal for generalizing the stapler behavior to another object. So applying a behavior from one morphology to another and predicting the observed features. A concrete proposal for how object behavior models could be implemented in Monty, and then filing a provisional patent application, or alternatively, a public disclosure write-up. All of these, there's a document, I can share the link with you in Slack later. All of these are in our shared Google Drive, and then there are sub-team objectives in here as well that I'm not going to go through in detail right now. Basically, like sub-teams, so research, engineering, and communications, set 3 priorities for the next months that each align with those company-wide priorities, and kind of the measurable outcomes for those. So if you're wondering, like, oh, I'm on the research, what are we going to take care of out of these things I just talked about, then this might be a good place to look. And just generally, this is meant to be a bit of a North Star for your day-to-day tasks to make sure that whatever you're working on kind of contributes to our main goals for the next 3 months and aligns with these priorities. Does that make sense? Any
Yes.
questions? Cool. And then, yeah, I made this kind of first half of 2025 timeline in February. Talked about it during the retreat. And this is how it looked back then. And I just made a couple of adjustments to it. So now we're here. And basically we extended the work on the 2 papers a little bit longer, hoping to finalize that by the end of April. And then I made a few minor adjustments on this one, extending the testbed work a little longer and starting the learning module work a little earlier. There's been a bit of overlap between the 2, and then policy work starting that a little bit later. And yeah, we split up the benchmark automation into part 1 and part 2. Part 2 is currently not scheduled on here. And then we have a new one that wasn't on there before, which was making the DMC papers experiments reproducible. So turning Monty into a package, putting out Conda, making a template repositories, moving code over there, and it's still ongoing. And then we have the task of making policy swappable, which was actually previously we had this one first and then the second, but now switched the order of the 2. And then we have a first trial of doing a Python and habitats update, and trying to get it to work with Monty and have habitat sim work with the newer Python version. And it's unsure if that will be possible in that kind of time-boxed week or not, and that will determine a bit on what next steps will be, if we will decouple more from habitat or yeah, those boxes are a bit dotted because it depends a little bit on how difficult that will end up being. And then how these actually map onto the priorities. We have the one, the compositional objects one, which includes these green milestones, so the unsupervised learning prerequisites part, hopefully completed by then, and then also the testbed part of compositional objects, and making the policy swappable here on the engineering side. We have making Monty easy to use in a variety of applications, which includes the hackathon work, and then also the refactor, the data loader, and the kind of habitat sim decouple and update. And then increasing academic engagement includes both a lot of the work that Will is doing with the outreach, but also the 2 papers we're working on. And lastly, figuring out object behaviors. This brainstorming work down here. Does that make sense?
I think the one that I think I kind of missed or whatever was just the change doing the make policy swappable earlier now rather than the refactor. I mean, I think that I guess makes sense in terms of priorities and stuff, but maybe that's something that's worth like discussing. I don't know, and it could be later, but just whether it might be hard to do that without the refactor.
I think it might be actually easier.
Okay.
Like all the complexity will still be there, but you'll just be
Yeah.
able to swap the policies out, but everything's still talking to everything else. I was
Yeah,
just
right.
after
It's
doing
still,
planning and staring it for a while, like we actually
yeah.
might be able just to do this.